Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. So we are,
And we're going.
yeah, we're
And this is the
here.
finals. I mean, again, as I mentioned, 5 wards against 3 wards. Nexus are going to have the extra advantage in terms of vision control at these early stages. They're going to still be spreading themselves out, trying to get some knowledge on where the enemy team's trying to do. They might be going for the lane swap. We've seen this happen a number of times before. What I'd really love to see teams doing is getting a deep ward in the enemy jungle as 5, so they can spot out if there is going to be a lane swap or not, sort of the counter lane swap ward. If you can get a ward sort of in between the 2 towers, tier 1 and tier 2, you can see which lanes people are going in. You go as 5, obviously, if you suspect they're going to be spread out, and it's a pretty safe way of warding, and you get knowledge on where everyone's going to be as well.
Yeah, that is definitely the case. What a lot of people are doing, you'll see, is they'll actually start the game with wards. They'll go out, you'll place your first ward, and then you back. And then you sell that ward, and then you buy your items. That way you have 3 minutes of just ungankable, like, anything. You're not going to have any sort of cheese. And the game offers a lot of potential for that. So it's definitely a strategy that's been, like, starting to be implemented in the past few days, or the past weeks for Monolith. And it's something that, like, people could start looking forward to taking in the near future now that we have, like, a minute and a half of free time before the game starts, right?
No, yeah, I completely agree. Quickly looking over at NerfMundo, looking at his positioning right now, he is being a complete nuisance to Rustress. Rustress, the lane's pushing against him, and he can't farm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mundo is standing in front of every single last hit. You'll just see him stand in front of every single last hit, not allowing Rustress to even get one last hit right now.
Yeah, he's just completely zoning him out. He managed to miss the rock, but he gets poked in the butt by Rustress's little, like space portal. I don't know what the auto attack is. It's a little kind of magical thing. the magic thing. Alakazam.
Yeah, Russ probably going to start off, I suspect, with the jump in the early stages. That portal keeps him alive, keeps him nice and safe. He doesn't need the Q to last hit. He can just throw out an auto when it's at low health.
Yeah, it's definitely the case. Although when you're Gideon, that level 1 rock, if you get it right, it could be really useful. So
yeah, it can also slow your device, to be honest, at the same time.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, and let's say you get rocked, that's it. You're probably dead at level 1.
It's definitely a risk-reward sort of situation.
If we're following the junglers at the moment, both are essentially doing the same sort of path. Rust took the green, went over to the left side, then he's going over to the right. Floppy just sitting around for the
black buff, which he does.
River buff, and it's like they knew to take the opposite one. Like, Blood could have ended up at the same spot as Floppy, but I suspect they had knowledge that Floppy was at that side of the map.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of why he went for the other buff. It was a safer pick.
Sergeant Floppy now jumping over the jump pad into the left side of the map to try and clear out a little more farm for himself. Fill up that Aberlink just a little bit. I find when I jungle, it's I don't want to get my soul in a little too much. Like you want to go on that side of the map, but it's also kind of hard to deal with that. We have Sergeant Floppy going in for the dash, and he just managed to go for the smash and grab, bringing both the support and the ADC in, gets the double pain off, but he's not going to follow up on that one. It's Array did not have enough mana for an actual tether. He opted to use the Lightning Blast instead. Judgment of the Heavens, I think? It's something of the Heavens. They're all of the heavens.
And NerfMundo just kind of cancelled Rustress's Q mid-animation with that stun, with that rock. That's how fast the rock is right now, and how annoying it can be.
Oh, fancy!
Incredibly fancy, but it makes Russ's time even more tricky in this lane. It's kind of the issue of playing Gideon. Gadget would have been able to do the same sort of role. It would have forced... If they picked Gadget earlier in the cycle, might have forced that sort of rotation. Howitzer can also do incredibly well in that off lane because of the mine. He can under tower force the enemy duo lane to tank tower a couple of times occasionally. But as a jungle main myself, I'd love jungling. Sevrog being my most favorite pick right now. Sorry. The lack of mid lane ganks has been quite surprising.
Mm-hmm. We haven't seen a lot. Well, because it's been like, were you going to gank a Howitzer? Like,
no, but Blood on this Sevrog can quite easily gank a gadget in the early stages of the game. He can go round the back through Baron Pit and through the the Shadow Wall and just get a little sneaky gank from behind. Especially now since he's got that purple buff, he can just walk into lane and do it.
Yeah. People are asking if they're allowed to do the gold buff bug. I'm not going to explain what it is, but the answer is no. If they're caught doing the known bug, it's a ban from the tournament and probably disqualification of the game.
Yeah, they've been told beforehand. All the teams know about this bug, and they've all been notified not to do it. So if we do see it, which we haven't seen so far, everyone's extremely good sportsmanlike here. Everyone knows each other. Both teams know each other, so I don't think anyone wants the shame of losing because you've done something against the rules.
More or less, like everyone in the Paragon community is like more or less friends, or like it's so small they know each other. So, you don't want to be that dick, right?
Yeah, I play against these guys on a day-to-day basis in solo queue. Everyone knows each other. Everyone hops into each other's streams. It's incredibly friendly across a lot of these teams right now.
That's good to know. So there's no real reason to make sure that gets soured. No point at all. So yeah, game is slow once again. Now that it could go down to the last little bit, we have $650 on the line. Last check on Matcherino. If you guys want to donate a little extra, make sure you hit !donate. Our lovely admins will be sure to take care of that one for you. And if you want to check it out yourself, you're also more than welcome to. Thanks for everyone who's tuning in. We all appreciate it. A lot of hard work went into building this tournament, and we thank you for participating and spending your afternoon with us. So, and
again, 7 minutes, sort of this early game, nothing's happening again. Every single game today has been this way.
Well, the first game was pretty aggressive at the start in comparison. Second game, there was now something to lose, so both teams were starting to be a lot more careful. This game, we're going to see that happen once again. We probably won't see a lot of fighting until probably the 10, maybe even 15-minute mark, just because there's an actual prize pool on the line now, right? The majority of $600 ain't nothing to scoff at,
No, these teams are going to be... Tension's going to be higher from both these teams, and I suspect whoever wins this is going to be completely excited because they've managed to show that ecstatic. Yeah, they've shown that they're really strong players, which is what I absolutely loved about this tournament so far. Because the teams everyone thought were strong haven't made it here, and the teams everyone thought weren't strong have. They've come and they've brought their A game this tournament. And they deserve every penny of it right now. Yeah,
both teams have definitely shown a lot of strong things. Especially for the finals. The finals haven't been one-sided at all. The games will swing in either direction at any given point. Right now, we do have our first tower falling down at 8 minutes. Undead Pilot's going to be the one to pick that one up. Over in the jungle left lane, Blood Morning is trying to take out the camps, runs right into Sergeant Floppy. He's going to try and get out by using the jump pad on the other side of the map, walking right into Array, who is now level 5. He's in a bit of trouble, and he should go down as the team's not going to try and help him out. There's a smash and grab to bring him in, and that's going to be first blood. Sergeant Floppy picking up the kill onto Blood Mortius.
Blood, a bit overextended being in the enemy jungle right there with no real vision, to be honest. Didn't have any vision. His team was nowhere near him to back him up. I mean, he had 2 people in right lane and Rustress who's really not going to be able to rotate quickly enough. A bit risky from him right there, but good on Nexus for catching him out and just taking that kill, because now we've got a kill on the board. And Shaden sitting on 11 points. I mean, Russia's 9 points, still really far behind. And it allows its Array to get ahead.
And we have Shadon's decided to pick up an early tempered plate, as well as finishing off the rest of his Guardian Swords, taking a little bit of damage onto that one. Now that Undead Pilot has won his lane, we are seeing the ADC dual lane start to rotate over into the other lane. That way they can get some safe farming and do the 2v2. Meanwhile,
and that was an invisible rock. I mean, there's a ward there, so... But Undead was just like, huh? I just got hit. His face is like, he just turns around. It's like, oh, there's a ward.
Yeah, so yeah, this will allow the Soul Laner to head over there. Ruster's hanging around the corner, trying to be sneaky, maybe against Nerf Mundo, who is level 5, so this is a bit of a weird gank. He goes to throw the rock. He misses on top of Klinghoffer. Not going to land. Nerfmundo going to try and zone him out, and does so. Minions taking a lot of damage out of that orange turret in the far lane over on the right side of the map at the moment. Meanwhile, everyone's back to farming. Hudsy using the old gadget technique, sticky bomb, seek and destroy to clear out the jungle camps. Fill up that Amber Link. Amber Link's important, guys.
Yeah, it's incredibly strong to just get that drip going, and Floppy trying to get this fight happening.
And he does seem to do so as he engages on top with a smash and grab. Undead Pilot now in a little bit of trouble as Sergeant Floppy's going in there while Nerfmundo tanks the tower. He used the rock and does manage to get it. Klinghoffer runs in and secures the kill. Nerfmundo managed to jump right over the Decker stun. Will get away. Grux follows him as well, so that should be a free kill. Team is now chasing to the best of their ability. There is a subjugate. Nerfmundo getting completely blown up by the enemy team. Yo, Mikey picks up the kill on that one. Blood Mortius running in on the low mana, low health. Grux, Sergeant Floppy will go down. And Hudsy now, this is just completely a chain of events. Tower going down in favor of the blue team, but it doesn't really matter because Blood Mortius is doing what he can. There goes Rustress with the big Gideon ultimate, followed by the Blood Mortius, and there is the anchor dropping right on his head. Oh boy, that got sloppy.
It was a 2 for 2, I think, at the end there, or a 3 for 2.
I think it was a 3 for 2.
Extended 3 for 2.
But they did get a tower out of it.
Yes, but again, now we just have to quickly look at the card points. I mean, Mikey's. We've been talking about how strong he is on his howitzer. Again, he's the furthest ahead. He's higher than his carry right now. I think it's 17 points after that fight.
Nerfmundo doing what he can to try and get some damage off onto Yo Mikey. Will miss the rock. Yo Mikey's going to hang around the corner and then back. And we have a bit of a squabble going on. People going back to farming. So, game's a little more action-focused than last time.
It's about the same, to be honest. I think once those kills start happening, it's a never-ending cycle, to be honest, at this point. Because you can get a few kills, you can take a few towers, and then you can recall and do the same thing again and again and repeat. It's just no one wants to take the initial risk. So you end up with this lull because no one wants to go in straight away.
Yeah, if you guys are wondering who the casters are, I'm GeronimoJak, and this is my friend Gems. We have other casters in the tournament. We had Jebro and Nate Holmes were casting on our group stages on Wednesday, and we decided to pick up the finals because I think Jebro's moving right now, right?
Yeah, he's moving in a few days, I believe. I think he's moving to America.
To be with his wifey.
Yeah, his fiancée, I believe,
girl.
at that point.
Such a lovely story.
I don't know the story, so I'm not going to comment.
So yeah, teams fighting in the jungle. Amberlink does actually sap out for both teams. It's getting nice and full. Look at it! Look at the Amberlink! It's so important!
You know when it's gone to that point where we're shouting about Amberlinks.
I am completely out of it,
man. You get to that midpoint where nothing is happening. What can we talk about? Let's talk about Amberlink.
Amberlink! I'm off my sleep schedule completely. I'm used to going to bed at 5 in the morning and waking up at noon, but I'm running on EU time, so I had to wake up at 5 o'clock p.m. at your time. I don't even know what it was. It was like 1 your guys' time. So I was up at 6 in the morning for some unholy reason after going to bed at normal time. So I'm just completely loopy right now. I don't know what's going on around me.
If we're taking a look at again, let's open up the builds. Well, let's take it a bit away from that. Mikey, 20 points. Kling, 19. I mean, Undead, 19. There's an actual lead here for Carbon right now. Carbon have a slight lead in terms of points. It's going to be the difference between a completed card right now and a non-completed card. So there'll be a couple actual extra CXP difference. Those are going to have the bonuses on the completed cards.
And it's definitely, all it really is a team fight, though. Like, the next fight, Carbon will have the advantage from that couple card points you just mentioned. But it's really close. It's only 2 to 3. The farm is pretty even in favor of Carbon by about 30 or 40 across the entire team, which isn't too bad when you think about it. Nerfmundo goes to throw a rock on top of Shannon and to actually manage to land it. Klinghoffer will not follow up with zone damage. Decker will throw out the stun orb, but will miss. Nerfmundo now taking a bit of poke from the grenades being thrown out by Undead Pilot. Turret goes down. They're going to now chase out the Rampage and Murdoch when possible. But that's going to be the end of that fight. They're just going to back off, secure their losses.
And they've caught Floppy.
Yeah, they caught Floppy inside the jungle once again. But Morty is trying to get sneaky. Undead Pilot actually on the other side of the map picking up a kill on the Rampage. That's going to even things out a little bit more in the favor of Carbon.
Mikey might be here in a bit of a position now as well.
Oh, there is a smashing grab. There's a tether. And it's a Ray getting shot across the map mid-ult for whatever reason. Rush just running in now with a big whirlpool from the Gideon. And that's what? That's 3. We just got
This is the
3.
power that I was talking about of using the subjugate and the spells of these casters. If you can just block down one person, the burst is incredible from 2 casters.
Meanwhile,
you can take out tanks in a matter of seconds.
But meanwhile, in the left lane, we do have Undead Pilot managed to pick up a tier 2, so jump pads have been disabled, even though they did pick up a nice, actually no, that actually completely worked in their favor. Orange team, blue team, orange team, blue team.
Nexus taking that incredibly well right there. Manages to keep them back into this sort of game. I mean, Carbon, sends them even further ahead in this game with these card points. And we can see there is the Fabled Honor of the Pure coming up from Shaden. He's hit that 20-point mark. And we're seeing Tainted Magic on Rustras on that Gideon.
Ooh, Tainted Magic coming out. I haven't seen a Tainted Magic in like 3 weeks.
It's been a while. The thing is, it's because it's more burst orientated. It's actually really strong on Gideon with his ultimate. You can prop it because it does poison. It applies 1 poison stack.
Is it only 1? I thought it was 3.
It's. I believe it's a few. Yeah, it's a few stacks. And
yeah.
Hudzy.
I'm mostly sure they changed it to 3 instead of it ticking up like it used to. Yeah, Hudzy's gonna get blown up despite trying to use his Tesla Dome to save his own life. Will not be the case. He's going to go down. That's another kill pickup for Carbon. Now squinching out their lead every so often. Every chance they get. They're going to jump on top of those Raptors now, which is going to even help it more. Howitzer's going to drop the Make It Rain ability to secure those things down. Undead Pilot now tanking them. Is going to get all 3 of those. All that CP going straight to the Twin Blast, helping get the late game even faster. 29 card points now for the Twin Blast. Meanwhile, Klinghoffer's only at 24, so the lead is getting bigger. It is stretching out.
Yeah, it's again looking like they're going to try to set up again this orb now again. They've taken Raptors. They've got the card point advantage. They're going to want to set up this orb. It looks like Nexus might try and beat them to it.
Oh, we may see a Prime. Well, they're positioning up for it. See what they can do, like you just mentioned. They are clearing out the wards, but no real commitment to the Prime. They can just walk right off of that one. The side waves are pushing out in favor of the blue team at the moment, so Team Nexus does have the waves set properly in their favor. Yoan Mikey is fixing it over in the left, the right side of the map, as Undead Pilot runs back, and this guy's a farming machine. Oh my god.
I'm loving Blood Mortis's build. He's gone for the early game blink, which is what I build. I do the same sort of style play when I get my ward, my first sort of armor based item, then try grab a blink straight away afterwards, and I'm really liking it from Blood. You can set up so many strong plays with your root blink on Severog, and let's see it. We can probably see it happening right now.
Oh, Sergeant Floppy getting caught out in his own jungle, and he's going to get completely jumped on by Shadon, Undead Pilot, and Blood Mortius. That's going to have him go down once again. Tower is currently under attack. They're going to go for siege if possible. Shadon now takes the sticky mine and absorbs it, so the minion wave will not take any damage. The slow bubble goes down. Team will instead back off. There's a very, very fat minion wave building on in the left lane at the moment, so they might want to go take care of that before they lose their own jump pads.
Yeah, they're just going to control this vision on the Orb Prime, deny this, let Undead take this wave. They don't want to, he doesn't want to show just yet. You can see him hovering behind the wall. He doesn't want to show because the second he does show, it gives Nexus complete incentive to now try and force a fight.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the case. So we have the teams hovering around Prime once again. See how this one works out. Pilot is on the left side of the map, farming up and split pushing. Meanwhile, people are starting to take out their jungle, secure that green buff. River Rats are coming up in a second. You can get that one. There is some points to spend on Team Nexus, as well as a few to spend over on Carbon. So maybe we see Nexus back while they can. Blood Mortius is now sitting at his 3rd level shoulder pad, so he's already at 70 stacks. That's a good chunk of health.
Yeah, 20 minutes in. That's pretty decent for him, to be honest. He's going to be wanting to hit that 140 mark as soon as possible. Sevrog becomes an absolute monster at that point of the game. I mean, he can pretty much build full tank, no damage, and still take out carries and take out other characters as well.
He can do pretty good. I remember building full tank Sevrog for a couple days of Monolith, and I was still able to tank through a whole lot of stuff. I am noticing though that you do want to build your early game damage on Sevrog now though.
And just to mention, thank you Imsco for that host. We've been hosted by Imsco, by the way.
Oh, sweet!
Viewers.
Thanks, Imsco. Appreciate it, man.
And mid lane, everything's happening right now.
We have a big fight going on in the mid lane. Yoi Mikey managed to use his landmine to pop out the enemy team into his own from the tower. They managed to then go in with the Kwang ult. So the Kwang ult has been used, but no kills being secured on that one. Just started Floppy taking a good chunk of damage. There's the Gadget Bomb. Russius is going to absorb the impact of that one. He's also going to give Shadon a little bit of a hug. There's the Kwang Tether going down. Not going to be enough. Nerve Mundo now jumping in and caught out. Getting subjugated and shot in the face by Undead Pilot. Shadon getting another sticky mine on his head. Will use Honor the Pure to absorb it. Yoi Mikey following up with the Decker ult, as well as Rustris, who's currently tanking the tower and inside of the Tesla Dome. Tower does go down at the cost of Rustris, but I'm pretty sure he's happy to give up his own life for that one. Pretty good
the
trade.
Lord just taking out Floppy there right at the end. I mean, it looked safe, but you can never be safe from that Murdoch.
You're never safe from the long arm of the law. It always comes the last possible second. You're like, oh, okay. Thanks.
He tried fighting the law, but the law won.
That's one way to put it. So yeah, we do have that happening right now. Card points right now. The score is 4-10 and 19. So we are seeing a lot of kill participation coming out from both teams. As much as possible, but Carbon EU is definitely owning this one. Undead Pilot now sitting at almost 40 card points, so he's going to start coming online in the truest of sense and doing a whole slew of damage.
Yeah, we can also see the Barrier of Will coming out from Young Mikey. We can see the armor coming out from Blood Mortius with the Venom Shell, Spikebone Plate, and Thorn Greenweave, just stacking as much armor as he can to survive with some damage.
Prime is being hovered around down by both teams. We do have Carbon on the right side trying to push the wave up and set it. Left side has already been set, so they are at the advantage. Rampage right now is going to secure the black buff with Sergeant Floppy. Meanwhile, the green buff has been taken by Blood Mortius, and they're now going to try and set that mid wave, and we're going to see, hopefully, a bit of a bloodbath right now going on. Raptor is spawning, so they are going to go over that and secure that. Free Raptor. More points for Undead Pilot. Why not?
They've just been giving away this Raptor throughout the entire game. They've just given it away completely for free, no contestation to Carbon every single time, and it's going to potentially be their downfall. I mean, Undead has actually gotten a lot of points there, and the rest of the team gaining a few things there.
Oh, Sergeant Floppy being caught out by Blood Mortius, ulted back to the minion camp. Not going to be enough as he gets smacked right in the mouth with the hammer. That's going to be another man down for Team Nexus, as the team is... We saw a really strong team in the early game. It's just not communicating so well in the last two games.
I'm loving the Blink Charm. This is standard Sevrog. I'd love doing this myself as well. You root them, blink, ult them back into your team. It's so much quicker than using your dash, and you still have your dash as well.
It's Array trying to peek around the corner, throws out the sword, misses, but almost gets picked off by the entire team of Carbon. They are trying to zone him out so they can take Prime and assert their dominance in the realist sense of the words. They're now jumping on top of that. Undead Pilot has been on it for the past few seconds. Has just enough life to sustain majority through it, but the team isn't there to help him as Team Nexus does roll in. Klinghoffer is going to get a kill on to the Gideon, and now NerfMundo's jumping on top of Undead Pilot. He needs to get out of there before he gets bursted down by making it rain. And we see that the rest of the team is jumping on top of Blood Mortius. Nexus might have a bit of an advantage here. There's the tether. Does he have the ultimate? He will not be able to get it off, but Sergeant Floppy will follow up and use his double pain to bleed out the Sevarog. Undead Pilot getting his own kill as well. We are now 2-2 in the fight as Undead Pilot joins in and starts poking at Sergeant Floppy in the back. R2000 rocket does go out. Huge minion waves building up on both sides of the map for each team. Could be a tower.
Blood Mortius in that last fight takes out Klinghoffer, ults him away mid-fight. Amazingly controlled Sevarog play coming out from Blood. Probably some of the best Sevarog play we've seen all tournament right now. Taking control of this match. I mean, we said it before. It's been banned for a reason, and they've let it through.
Banned for
and they've let it through, and he's showing what he can do on the Sevarog. 7, 3, and 4 on Sevarog. 37 card points. The only person close to him, who's ahead of him, is Undead Tyler right now.
More or less. Yo and Mikey's like, the mid laner is behind the jungler right now.
Yeah, it's so many kills on that Sevarog. I mean, the bounty was huge on him as well, but again, that build, full armor / damage with Blink Charm means he's a threat to every single person.
This is the final game, guys, for everyone's just tuning in. If you decided to sneak in, you know, towards the end of the day sort of thing. This is the final game of the best of threes of the finals for the PCS. If you guys want to keep up to date, make sure you check out the Facebook, you check out the website, you check out the Twitters, all the good stuff to keep yourself up to date when we announce the next tournament.
Blood, he's got that stealth for it.
He's got the purple buff. Yeah, look at him go. He's purple and green.
He's gonna be sneaking. Going to be sneaking.
No,
and he's gonna be hunting. He's gonna be hunting a kill if possible. Nothing much is gonna happen. His team is backed out.
He's still there by himself though. Rustrous is kind of following up. He still has probably a good 10-15 seconds left on that purple buff. Once again, oh, there he catches It's Array, goes for the Subjugate and the Siphon. It's Array follows up with her own tether, and then he goes to ult in, but no damage is being done. That's going to be 3 people jumping on top of the Kwang and securing that kill. He wasn't getting out, because Howitzer even had the landmine at the entrance of the jungle. So that wasn't going anywhere.
Again, the power of that stealth buff, if you're not expecting it. I mean, the number one thing you need to do right now is when you see the stealth buff come up, is you time when you, because you can see them actually go up and down. You don't need vision on them to see when they're going down, so you can just see it's been taken, it's gone white. And then you can be like, look, they've got it, this is the timer on it. We wait this timer because there's someone's stealth, or we place wards in lane so we can see where they are.
Now Rustrous has been stunned and now engaged on by the Rampage. So he took a little bit of damage, but nothing too crazy at the time. Undead Pilot just split pushing the left lane right now, getting the attention off the rest of his team. NerfMundo has the rock, goes to throw it, misses. Undead Pilot now being engaged on by Sergeant Floppy, gets pulled in from the smash and grab, and then the clap stuns him out, but not gonna be enough as Rustrous then follows up with his own ultimate, gets hit by the Tesla Dome, but managed to secure his own life with the portal, getting out at the last possible second. So we now have 3 people down on Team Nexus, 4 still alive, well, 5 still alive. Everyone's alive for Carbon EU. And they're going to get that, yeah. And they're going to secure that inhibitor, and they will maybe try and push for the rest of the game. And they are on the Nexus. This could be the end of the PCS. Blood Mortius knocks back Hudsey with his own ultimate, using the last bit of his mana. It's Array doing whatever he can, using his own ultimate. Won't be enough as Undead Pilot is pelleting that core with as much damage as possible using that triple shot. And that's going to be game, guys. We have the end of the PCS. The very first one, Invitational, is going to go to Carbon. Congratulations.
Congratulations indeed. Carbon taking that last game incredibly decisively. I feel like they shouldn't have been allowed to get that Sevrog at all. Sevrog proved to be way too much for Nexus to handle, and we have our winners now. Congratulations, they played incredibly well.
I'm excited. That was a good game. That went well for everyone involved. But yeah, congratulations to Carbon for winning winning the first PCS, and congratulations to Nexus for doing as well as they did, showing us some really good games today. The Matcherino, if anyone still wants to donate before the Matcherino gets closed off by the end of the day, hit !donate. I'm pretty sure the admins are pretty good at keeping up with us on that one. It was at $650. If you guys like these teams, you want to see more of this, you want to see more top tier competition in these games, donate. It gives people incentive to join.
I believe we're going to be bringing in Blood at the moment to interview. Blood's actually wanting to come in to be interviewed at the end of this game.
Oh, well, we can get Blood Mortius in here. Why not? I like Blood Mortius. He's a good guy. He's just so cute. I just want to pinch his cheeks. All right, so you can pull Blood Mortius in here when you so fit, my friend.
Quickly grab him. Down. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Mr. Blood Mortius, how are you today?
I am doing good, thank you.
Congratulations on winning.
Yeah, thank you. Very tiring. Very fun, though.
Yeah, it was definitely a really good game.
Extremely well played on that Sevrog.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the mistake in the third game, I feel. They didn't ban my Severog, I mean...
How happy
what
were
else
you?
supposed to do?
How happy were
like,
you?
as soon as they didn't ban it, I would just smile just lit up in my face. I'm like, we got the series, boys. Let's do it. Hype.
This is ours. And you did
You showed us
really
what
well
you can do
game.
on that.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I gotta give credit to my team. They did so well, and also we had the second game. We wouldn't even be in this anymore if Undead didn't call the Prime. He called that all Prime to sneak it while we were like delaying them, and we were able to pick that up and snowball for that game, which I was very happy with. We were very proud of him.
Yeah, Nexus definitely had the advantage on that one, right?
For sure, yeah, we were very scared of that game. That could have been the whole tournament. And then the third game, I think we outdrafted them, really. They didn't want the Greystone, because Greystone is, pretty OP at the moment, so it's understandable.
Now, you went for that early game Blink Charm on that Sevrog.
Yes.
Tell us the thought process behind that pick, because I do the same thing.
So, of course, yeah, Severog, you pop your root down, you can dash in, you can ult him. This is a little slow on Monolith. People have quicker reactions, I think. What you can do is you can root, you can blink, you can ult, which is instant. Then you can actually right-click to escape or, take some CC, get shield or something. The point is you've got their carry. And as you saw at the end there, I was also able to pick up Kling at the back by blinking and finishing him off with the ult, which was
another.
nice.
Yeah, you did that a couple of times.
Another thing I noticed is that no one made any real effort to ban Mikey's howitzer. Just
Mikey did go on Howie, he's had it all tournament, and it's sort of his comfort pick. Like that game, all of us but Rustress were on comfort picks, and yet Rustress showed up on the Gideon, so we were quite proud of the team. But yeah, we got all our comfort picks, I think. That was our favourite comp, basically.
Yeah.
So,
I really like that sort of comp. You play with the double
Really nice.
caster, you play around the Sevrog route, and then you just nuke whoever's been rooted.
yeah, but gosh, that was a 2-1 series. That was very tough. I mean, I thought, Oxygen, this big semi-final, if we get past this, we can win. But Nexus put opposition up, and damn, they put their practice in. I was more scared of them than Oxy there, and it's a bit rough. So
we were definitely
Again, congratulations on that game.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised with how Nexus showed up there because I hadn't
Did
seen
amazing.
a lot of them play personally. I watched it a little bit of the group stages on Wednesday, but I heard that no one was really expecting them to show up as well as they did, and seeing them they got synergy completely under wraps. Like the games were theirs every game, and then they even showed you guys a run for their money, a run for your money for the first game and a half.
yeah, when we heard they beat Synergy, that's when we got a little bit worried. Like, they must have something up their sleeve here. Synergy's a good team, but we saw it there. It's just solid, consistent play, good shot calling. You can see Nerf coming through there. One thing I would just like to clarify, though, is the reason that I'm actually playing today at all. Ace is not kicked off the team for all of you on stream. He is simply moving to the sub position so he can practice Monolith. He played very well on Legacy. We're very happy with him and we're keeping him. He's a part of Carbon, and I just moved to the jungle for a couple tournaments or so. So I'm just practicing with them.
Well, there you go.
Basically.
I think we want to get Array in here as well. Just that's what
Sure thing.
we're getting from admins. I don't know if we get you guys in here at the same time.
I don't mind.
You don't mind?
I'm happy to say hello to Ray. He played well.
Where's Array? Okay, we're pulling Array in. We got him.
So,
Array?
Yo,
What's up, man?
yo.
what's going on?
Good tournaments, man. Like, definitely
good fun.
showed up. Congratulations on all you guys. You did a lot of good work. Array, how did you feel about that? The last couple games that you played.
I think we kind of 3-second game. I won't lie. I thought we kind of had that one, and then just let them get the orb. That wasn't great from us. Last game, though, I think people's heads might have dropped a little bit. But,
Yeah.
things
did
happen.
look
New
like it.
team.
Mm-hmm.
New team. Second tournament, first EU one. You know.
You did very well.
You showed a lot of promise throughout that series. You had a lot of great moments throughout it. It's that second game. I felt like you could see the negativity potentially going through the team a little bit, tilting a little bit.
No, I don't know about the second game. Second game, yeah, we were all right, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I meant leading into the third game because of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, these things happen, though.
Yeah, they happen.
Got to see you guys against Oxygen now. I want to see how you do because you guys played exceptionally and you put up a better fight than Oxy. So I'd like to see you against them and see how you match against them.
That would be.
You know, I wouldn't mind.
We saw some brilliant matches. I think our final standings for today, let me just quickly recap all of them, is we have Carbon in first place, Nexus in second, and Oxygen in third, taking that win against Synergy.
Mm-hmm. So that's definitely good. The donation for Matcherino right now, guys, $655.
That's insane.
That's definitely a big shout out to Zorky for donating a whopping $300.
Props to him.
Zorky's the
Just
man,
incredible. Yeah, every time.
So he
Every time.
definitely showed up on that one. Is there anything else you guys would like to say in the meantime, or?
I'm just really happy with the way it went. I'm very surprised. We didn't expect to finish first, but we did good. Subbed in for Ace, and Shadow's been a nice pickup for support. So we're very happy with the team now, and I can't wait for the future.
It's alright.
I just want to thank all of you guys here at PCS. I think it was well run in the end, and
Indeed.
I'm glad we finally got an EU tournament going on as well alongside
Exactly.
the
Especially with all
Congratulations,
those
guys, for both playing first and second place. Nothing to be laughed about. You guys did both incredibly well against both teams, and thanks for joining us here today.
Yeah,
Thank you
NA.
too.
Dude. Cheers. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Ray. GG.
late
Good game.
GGs.